Oh,
All right. I'm on here, dude.
yeah. I'm on, but I don't know if I'm mentally on.
Oh, dude, I had such a big night last night. We've done one sober, we've done ones drunk. This is the first time I'm doing it with like anxiety, man.
Yeah, full circle today. Oh, well, let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's just rip off this Band-Aid and jump straight into it. Been going good, hasn't it? I mean, this one's coming out a day late, unfortunately, so we are a bit slack on that front, but let's sweep that under the rug. Normally, we will be delivering on Mondays.
Yeah, you got to treat them mean and keep them keen to the audience. I think people like a bit of bite back. They got to know that we're not that easy. You know?
Exactly. They don't want to be, don't want us to be predictable. Got to keep them guessing, keep them uncomfortable on their toes.
They got to work for our attention.
Tell you what, speaking of attention, putting some attention on the bloody Instagram.
Yeah, come on, guys. I'm tired of people messaging on my private account. Like, I know I'm a big star now. I can't have you guys messaging me on my private details. So if you could just hit up the Road Guide on Instagram and give it a follow. We've got plenty of memes there. We've got a couple of meme masters that send in a few goodies that definitely give you a bit of an understanding of the episode. So,
yeah, I don't have any favorite meme masters, but definitely got to pay some credit to Jed. He's slaving away doing it for no pay. He's just doing it for the love of the job, and we appreciate it.
No airtime even. He's just
he's blacklisted from the pod, that's for sure.
He's the first, but he won't be the last.
Mate, what's been happening this week?
Oh, well, as we could probably establish, I got pretty drunk on the weekend. And I ended up shaving a slit in my eyebrow.
Oh, bro.
I thought that was cool.
Tell me, how's that going for you? What do you think of the look?
Honestly, I've warmed to it. I'm starting to think I'm a badass. I'm starting to think that I am actually Aquaman.
Wow. Oh, you got a bit of a Momoa vibe going on there.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. Someone else has mentioned it as well. It was actually no, that was the mirror. So no, that didn't work.
Mate, I gotta say, when I first saw it, I was off it. I was right off it. I was like, this is not good. This is a bad idea. But I'll admit, it's warming on me as well. So hopefully, you don't get too carried away and like double slit or possibly move into tracks or something on the side of your head. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just working my way into the hipsters of Melbourne. I'm working my way in.
I tell you who does need some racing stripes. Your boy, the race king, the fastest runner in Western Queensland. That is a call out because I know we've got, there's 10,000 people in Western Queensland, at least my sort of section of Central West, Southwest. That's a call out to the 9,000 of those that are currently tuned in. I think I'm faster than you. I know I'm faster than you. You can't match me over 5K. 5K and beyond, I'm untouchable out here. I won a race on the weekend at the Winton Outback Festival. Mate, didn't even shift into fourth gear. I was just cruising out there. Not to, again, some of my competitors might tune in here and this might sound a bit cocky, but...
No, don't worry. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
I feel like this is pretty reasonable. This is pretty mild chat here. But yeah, I didn't even go, man. I was just like high-fiving, waving, cheering people on. Like I was in absolute socialite mode, but untouchable out there. So I was sick. It was really, really good. And last night I won a game of pool. $50 we put down on the table, so pot of 100. Nice. These losers... These wankers, dare I say it, these deadbeats from
Which is
Gladstone.
Basically anyone that's in your life that isn't you, I feel.
No, these are out-of-towners, mate. These were outsiders. The Longreach crowd was great. We played a game before for free, and then the outsiders came, and they were chatting some serious shit. Oh, man. They were getting in my head. Mate, they were calling me small hands, and you know how I get about being called small hands, dude. I was furious. What do I say? These two, there were two girls as well. I mean, like, my hands are tied.
Were calling you small hand.
Yeah, it was, dude. Seriously, it was one of my lowest points. I was ropeable. What do you say? No. I might have small hands, but it's I'm still good proportionately. It still all checks out. It's all good. And it's like, what do you say? You sound like a loser. Exactly. I mean, what am I supposed? I can't say anything to that except I could have come at them with some serious ugly chat, which I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm getting heated up, man. Can we just move on? Because I was ropeable last night.
Well, speaking of moving on, let's move out. because
He's good. He's good.
that is the guide today. The road guide to moving out.
Hell yeah, dude. Mate, moving out. I've got some fun memories. I've made a number of big moves. Moved around like yourself probably during school. In fact, I probably didn't move around quite as much as you, but went to a bunch of different schools, a bunch of different places, mostly on the sunny coast, but got out to Toowoomba. And then, moved out into my first place with some mates. And finally, I've made this huge move, which I've been absolutely loving, to the outback, out to Longreach, the metro capital of Western Queensland. It's been great. I reckon moving out and moving around is actually highly underrated.
Oh, it's the best thing in the world. I had someone over the weekend, one of the boys, they were like, where haven't you lived? And I was like, I can say it all to you in a minute. And I did it all in 26 seconds. So
Whoa.
I'm going to see if I can do it again. All right?
Let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. I was born in WA, just outside of Perth, then moved to Wagga Wagga for 3 years, and then to Newcastle for 3 years, then back to WA for 5 years, then to Queensland, to Toowoomba for 3 years, and then 4 years in Noosa, and then moved down to Wagga for a year, then Maryborough for a year, the Victorian Maryborough, and then to Geelong for 4 years, I think, 4 or 5, and then over to London for 6 months, and then back to Noosa for a year, and then down to Melbourne. And this is where I am. I've been here 6-7 months.
That's pretty sick. I got to say, Tasmania and South Australia feeling a bit neglected there, but that's a pretty awesome bloody rap
sheet. I forgot they existed.
Tasmania. Fair cop for both of those places.
I'd say a shout out to them, but nah, fuck them.
No, my family's in South Australia. They're listening at the moment. And mate, and in Tasmania, they've got 2 heads, so it's twice the listeners, twice the headphones, twice the... We love our Tasmanian listeners. It's a road guide to moving out. We're going to give you some advice based off of mistakes we've made or great decisions and successes we've made. Take them on board, use them in your life, and fast track your life to this level of success that we clearly have got. Bloody small hands and shaven slit eyebrow over here. So first tip, exactly, dude. First step. It's moving out of home. Straight up, it's moving out of home. My advice for it, you've got to do it. You really have got to do it. It opens your mind on so many different levels. You realize how useless you are, how all of the little things that go to make a house function, and without mum and dad to bloody do it for you, it's a big culture shock, and it's bloody awesome for you. But controversially, I would then say move back in as soon as you can, because I tell you what, once you've got a taste of how hard life can be, there's nothing like moving back home, getting your meals cooked, getting your laundry done, getting the lawn mowed, getting the house washed and cleaned, and saving money before you eventually move out again for good into your own place. That's step one, big step one energy.
Yeah, see, I really want to lift you for moving back home, but I just can't say it because I freaking did it. Well, because of the pandemic.
You've done it numerous times.
I've only done it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just the pandemic last year. No. And that was only because I wanted a tan. So I was I need to go to Queensland.
And did you make bank?
I did make bank and moved to Melbourne and literally lost it all in the first 3 months.
You should have bloody been more calculating about where you move.
Mate, I don't know if anyone has noticed this yet, but a lot of my advice doesn't involve much calculation. Well, we might as well roll with that, because step 2 is move somewhere cheap and scummy.
True.
So I think it's especially your first move, because your first move, you want to understand the bottom, the near homeless kind of life. So you can destroy the house as well in parties. That's a big one.
Yep.
Shout out to episode 1. Because, that's the best way to live. And then you could just work your way up towards that 1%, which if you're a regular listener, you'll understand our mystery guests are very pro 1%. So
we are. Dos, what was the most sketchiest place you've lived, though?
In London. Oh, yeah. It was like this 4-story, like a massive apartment block. It's like where they put like the cheap people. Council housing. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mind you, though, because London doesn't have any like hills or skyscrapers or anything like that, on the 4th floor, we could literally see the whole London skyline. So it was actually pretty cool. But yeah, the place itself was pretty scummy. And that is actually the most rent I've ever paid in my life as well.
Whoa.
And it was the worst accommodation I've ever lived in.
So you went for the controversial expensive and scummy.
Yeah, it's the only choice in London.
All right, so yeah, you definitely made some mistakes there. I definitely moved cheap and scummy. We moved into a place that was $500 a week in Toowoomba, and we had like 6 boys living there, so it was bloody cheap as chips. That being said, more than half of those boys probably didn't pay rent, so it ended up being a fair amount, but it wasn't too bad. Even with some casual deadbeats, we still managed to get by. Which step 3? You got to decide if you're going to live solo, if you can afford it, with mates like we were just talking about. Be careful though, there's some pitfalls with mates. We'll talk about that in a tick. Or with randos. Now, I have not lived with randos ever, really. There was people that I met once on a night out that I invited to live with me, but at that stage they were an acquaintance. So essentially, I reckon living solo is the way to go. That's how I do it. But you can't always afford that. You don't always live in the outback where bloody rent can be $100 or less. For a whole house and 800 square meters. But with mates, you've got to be careful because they can expose themselves as absolute scum. And I wouldn't say any of my mates have gone an absolute scum. I wouldn't throw any of them under the bus like that. But they can make it tough, and you can sort of see sides of them that you find really, really frustrating and annoying. And you can kind of maybe not look at them the same way again. And like I said, Rand's never done it because it seems kind of scary. You could just trust this person with your property, with your life, and you could wake up with a kidney missing.
Well, I don't think anyone wants my kidneys. That's for sure. Not what you'd call fully functioning.
Yeah, they've seen some mileage, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I've done randos a couple of times. I moved to Wagga, didn't even know a soul in the town, and just moved in. And then, but it goes really well, I find, most of the time. Obviously, I've heard horror stories. Actually, we had Declan, the infamous Declan. That was one of the most interesting characters I ever lived with. We called him, he was like a bit of a Golem-esque kind of character.
Oh, no. Yeah. Shout out Declan, though. Big
Shout
listener,
out
loves
Declan.
the show.
A great listener. If he's still alive. You never know. So yeah, in that regard, it can be good, and sometimes your best mates are your worst roommates. And then the random mates can be the better people to live with, which kind of rolls into step 4 in regards to the random or friend. It doesn't matter. Just don't sleep with your roommate. That is danger. Danger 101. I've never actually done it.
I'm a bit surprised by that. I was going to ask.
Yeah, well, I usually live with dudes, so it's a bit of a risky ball game. But
I've seen snaps of you waking up next to the boys, though.
Yeah, it's all too regular, if anything. But that's because cuddling is fine. You're allowed to cuddle. You can cuddle with your roommates, and you should be able to because it's a safe place.
Yeah, that being said, that doesn't really count partners, but partners can definitely make the rent half the price, which is pretty awesome. You're
not allowed to sleep with your partner.
Really? Them as well? It's straight up celibacy.
Why do you think divorce rates are at 50%? It's because they're living together and sleeping with each other.
Don't live with your partner. Don't talk to your partner. Don't have anything to do with them. And I bet you probably won't get divorced. That's actually good advice. That's a road guide to divorce coming up here, dude.
Don't answer their phone calls and you can't get divorced.
Now, I've got to say, brings me to step 5, and this is a simple step that I think literally, if you're listening right now, consider it. Really consider it. Move to the outback. Move somewhere rural. Move somewhere. Don't think of regional I'm sure Geelong might consider itself regional. The Sunshine Coast considers itself regional. That ain't regional. That's mini metro. Bloody move somewhere rural. Go to the outback. Come to Longreach if you can get a house. The housing shortage is real out here, but it's cheap. It's better. Move away from the cities. That's step 5, and I think we can both agree on that. Cities suck.
No, I would say, all right, people, you've considered that for a minute. Now put it in the bin because you want to be living in a city where the fun happens. This is the guide to your 20s, remember, you old man. This is where people want to be having fun, living wild, making mistakes.
Mate, we're down at the river, mate. We're at the river. We're at festivals. We're at bloody the races. We're at all this great stuff. We're racing ducks. We're racing dunnies. Mate, we're doing it all out here. You do nothing in Melbourne. You just sit on your bloody porch with your fake grass and you look over your bloody concrete jungle, mate. Move to the outback. It's that simple. Step 5. I can't stress it enough.
Botanical gardens on the weekend. Had some cocktails. I was living the dream.
All right, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. But safe to say then, let's say step 5 is move to the outback or move to the city.
Actually, how about this? step 5, move somewhere you wouldn't expect.
Oh,
Somewhere you just didn't plan on. You're
True.
Like, let's do it. And you just move. Jump in the deep end.
That's it. That's what I did.
Yep.
3 months in Longreach. I thought I'd be here. Bloody, here I am. Great. Way to end it on a collegial note there, Dos. Really appreciate that.
Bringing us together. Jeez. Shit, man. I fucking carry this shit. I've just had a thought. It's just an epiphany. It's just hit me. Everybody get in my backpack.
Oh, Jesus. Well, look, let's get you off your bloody high horse. Speaking of horses, wait. Oh, we're on fire, dude. Christina, our mystery guest.
Hey, the horse specialist. I don't know if you call her a horse specialist. She rides horses.
She's equestrian.
Yeah.
Let's let her explain.
Wait, what do you call the person that rides the horse? Is it
you guess.
Equestriette?
Right. I hate that. You can throw equestriette in the bin. It's a terrible term. There are basically...
What are they called?
Well, there's 2 words. There's 2 possibilities. Both of them are, like, equally bad. You can either call yourself a rider, like a horse rider, which I think is more acceptable. And that's just,
good.
Like...
The everyman's
stock
title.
Standard person that's just got, like, a $30 pair of jumpers and just goes out on the nice days and, enjoys a bit of leisurely riding. And then you've got an equestrian, and people that call themselves equestrians, I don't know what the equivalent is, but they're flogs. They're flogs.
Is it like pilots? Is it like a pilot, how you have to, like, give yourself a nickname, like a code word? Like, because so Dan could be like Small Hands or something.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm going to say no.
No, but I think no matter what, and Dos, we've done it again, you can call them riders, you can call them equestrians, but you can pretty much guarantee that anyone that's riding horses, you can call them the 1%. We've got another 1%er on the program, have we, Dos?
We do. I believe we do. I don't know anyone in the 99 that owns a horse.
I was wondering why you'd invited me on, and now I know it is actually just for diversity. It's representing the 1%.
Oh, it's not very diverse. But anyway, introduce yourself to us. Thanks for clearing that up. That's Dos's chaotic word of the day.
How about peace?
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, no, equestriates can go along with coralining as 2 words that don't exist.
Ooh, all right, we got a hostile guest.
But yeah, I'm Christina, a proud member of the 1%. You can call me a crazy horse girl. It doesn't offend me anymore. Water off a duck's back. And to give me a real, like, snooty description of myself, I'd say I'm a zoologist and wildlife presenter.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
That's
That's
more
less fancy
exciting.
in reality.
We've had some pretty boring
that's
guests
sick.
on. They got boring jobs, most of them. So this is exciting. This is a good change of pace. I like it.
We could just flip it up, and rather than me have to tell a story, which I absolutely cannot do, you can just ask me random animal questions or horse questions. Won't they be fun?
That sounds like a great idea for your own podcast, Christina, but you can't just wiggle your way out of this, of the premise of ours.
God damn it.
Tell us a story, spin us a yarn, give us something that's lead to a climactic point, a big decision. Stop the story there. We'll say what we would have done, and then you can tell us what you actually did.
A big decision. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, the people who know me will know that I'm very risk and drama averse, and I will avoid confrontation at all costs. So in terms of drama, I don't have a lot. And Hayden also told me what the theme would be. Maybe, what do we reckon, 45 minutes beforehand? So I've been thinking.
I'm not sure.
I've been thinking so hard of, like, a moment in my life where I had to make a big call, and I'm not coming up with a lot, but I will try. I will attempt. One that came to mind happened. It was probably 2017, and it was when I was in Costa Rica and I was doing some volunteer work at a.
Just for a quick question, what date?
Yeah.
In 2017?
Do you need an exact date?
Oh,
No, like
we
what
could have
month?
crossed paths.
Yeah.
It was summer, so it was the start of the year.
Yeah, holy shit, we were over there. Me and
You
Frost
shoulda
were
hit
over
us
there
up.
traveling together.
What?
Yeah. There you go.
Wild. Whereabouts?
Oh, we
I was
didn't
in
go to Costa
Guanacaste
Rica.
province.
But we were in that part of the world, I guess.
Right. Well, I was probably
Vaguely.
unlikely to cross paths with you, just an entire tier of Central America, but still close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's exciting.
Well, I was there for uni. It was actually like a unit, because you had to do like a certain number of volunteer hours. So I was like, may as well do them overseas. And it was this sea turtle conservation national park. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was like a lot of hard work. It was super, super hot, like well over 30 degrees every day. And you'd work like pretty much all day, like a good 6-hour day of manual labor. And then you do night shifts as well, because the turtles only come onto the beach at night.
Hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a 1%er, Dos. Let her go.
Oh, yeah,
It was-
sorry.
A full day for me of work right now is about 2 hours, so
Oh,
they were different times.
It
must be nice.
It's not nice. It's not nice. It breeds manic depression. But anyway. But yeah, was not getting a lot of sleep. And when we like talked about this place at uni, they'd really talked it up to be like very idyllic. They were like, you'll get to swim all the time. The weather will be great. They've got cooks on site that like cook all this amazing food, and it sounded amazing. And then when we actually get there, it turns out it was basically Alcatraz. And the people that worked there did not speak English, and we did not speak Spanish, which was great. You weren't allowed to leave ever. Like you could leave one day on the weekend, on your day off, you could go to like a nearby town, but you had to come home at night. There were all these rules. You couldn't really go swimming. We did anyway, but like there were jellyfish in the water, and the tide was really, really strong. So like the guy who was looking after us, our volunteer coordinator, who didn't speak English, a couple of months after we actually got back to Australia, he died at that beach. He drowned from surfing.
God.
So
Dos,
the tide, like the
calm
rips,
it down.
the rips were no
I was in
joke.
shock. That's how I deal with shock, alright? I laugh.
Yeah. So there basically wasn't a lot to do outside of working. And I also got a lung infection at one point. So I was super sick, but I was trying to like play it off because I didn't want to just not do anything while everyone was like doing the work all day. I felt really bad. But then probably like 2 weeks after we'd been at this place, we discovered that about like 2 Ks down the beach, so you could walk directly down the beach, and then you could kind of like cut through the jungle, and there was like this resort that was super nice, and the people that owned it were so chill, and there was a pool there, and it was just amazing. They did yoga classes there, and the people that owned like the wildlife, the national park thingo, for whatever reason had like massive beef with the people that own the lodge, and we didn't know why. Again, because we didn't speak Spanish, but we think it was something to do with like the volunteer coordinator, the young guy who died that I mentioned before, his name was Mario.
Shout out to Mario.
apparently
Oh, man.
Rip Mario. But apparently he had like slept with the girlfriend of the young guy who owned the resort. So they did not like each other.
Yeah.
And so we were like told that we weren't allowed to go there. We were told by this other lady who like came and checked on us every so often, who ran another volunteer program. She could speak English, not important. But anyway, they basically said that we couldn't go over there. And if we did, we would get kicked out of the national park, and we wouldn't be allowed to work there anymore.
Oh,
So
what a shame.
probably
kick me out of
I suppose
Alcatraz.
my big call was like maybe, I reckon it was 3 weeks in, and we were only there for a month, and it was deciding as to whether or not we should go and sneak off to this lodge, because they were throwing a pool party that we all really wanted to go to. They were throwing it at night, so we were wondering like if we could sneak off and go and come back without being noticed. And I suppose I didn't really care if I was going to get kicked out, because I kind of knew at this point I needed to go to a hospital anyway.
Wow.
Because of my lung infection. So I was like, oh well. But anyway, I suppose this is the point to ask what you would do, but honestly it's pretty obvious.
Well, kind of. I want to go first, Dos, because sorry.
Actually, before you answer, there is one other like part to this, which is the risk of getting kicked out, because this was a uni unit, was that you would not pass the unit.
Oh, that'd be a
Great.
shame.
Well, that definitely adds a big stake.
Add that to
also,
my collection.
I'm presuming that you if you did get kicked out, you'd still be able to get home. Like you'd still get flown home. It wasn't like you're off the course, you just throw it past into the Amazon or something.
Well,
you got to go for a swim with Mario.
Yeah, you got to. Oh, no, dude! Stop! Oh God! I want to distance myself from his comments so far.
Mario was some things went down with Mario, but that's a different story. But no, I reckon you would have probably gotten a lift to the nearest bus station for free, and then after that, at least this was what happened in my case, after that it was up to you as to be able to leave and find somewhere to stay.
All right, I'm going to go straight off the bat. As much as I am no stranger in my engineering days to taking an L on a course, there's what I think I would do and what I would have done in reality. And quite frankly, in reality, I would have been a bootlicker. I would have been at that bloody Alcatraz, and I would have been, with my broken Spanish, I would have been there smiling and grinning and coughing up a lung or whatever it is in squalor. Watching from the window as my friends enjoy the resort, because that's kind of what happened to me at Galapagos Islands, another place known for its big turtles. I was chronically sick at the time, and I was looking out the window.
Tortoises.
And I saw dust. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I would love to say that I would have just been like, stuff it. Yeah, because I think you should have. I think that's definitely the right call, is to dip, because this place sounds like hell. But I probably would have stayed.
Well, I'm actually nearly inclined to agree with you here, Pros.
Ooh, you've gone soft, Dos.
Well, I've got a reason. Because when we were in South America at the same time as this, I led us to a pool party. I was like, hey guys, on Sunday, this is like a week before, I was like, guys, there's this massive pool party. Sounds amazing. I was like, let's go to it. And it's I get everybody in the hostel ready, and I'm like following this pamphlet I found at a shop, and we go to this. I must have been another hostel, and there was a pool there, but there was just no party. There was nobody there. We had to walk 2 kilometers to this place as well.
Oh, 2 kilometers. Shout out, Nelson.
Shout out to Nelson. We know how hard 2 kilometers is. and that was on me. So that was a big burden to carry. And in that same town, there was one of my favorite nightclubs I've ever been to in the world, and it was called Alcatraz.
Holy shit, it's all coming together here, dude. I'm getting your logic now.
And I had a great
Maybe
time
we did cross paths after all.
It sounds so similar.
Yeah.
All right. So, surprisingly, Dos and I have both opted to stay in prison. Christina, what did you do?
It'll be such a surprise. Well, honestly, that would be the path that I would normally take as well. Like, I'm definitely not one to break the rules. And especially because where we were... You sound like
you're the only one here that would. We're angels. We're good boys.
Sweet angels. And also, like, your accommodation and your food and everything was all taken care of from staying. But I don't know. I think I was just so angry at them. Like, I was just pissed that they were telling us what to do all the time. So, like, I went. And I feel like it was, like you said, with a bit of like dodgy pool parties in Central America, it was definitely a dodgy pool party. I mean, it was fun.
How did it work out? What were the
probably was not worth the backlash. Yeah, the backlash was severe. So I thought I'd gotten away with it. I think there were 10 of us, and only 2 of us ended up going.
Whoa!
And we both got kicked out, so we both ended up going out together. But anyway, when we got back, I thought I'd gotten away with it because it was dark, and I was like sneaking back into my little cabin, and then I just had this torch like shone in my face, like blinding me, and then this dude just starts yelling at me in Spanish. What was his name? It was like Juego or something. I don't remember.
Juego. He always DMs it.
It was not that. It was not that. But yeah, he just was yelling at me and I didn't know what he was saying. And then at this point, there were like some other volunteers who were from Europe and just naturally spoke a million and one languages, and they spoke English and Spanish. So they were able to translate for me. And yeah, he was just very, very angry at me. And apparently he was also mostly angry because I was like putting myself in danger by walking along the beach at night. Apparently there are like scary poacher people that come and It probably was.
Oh, I tell you what, that's
That
the
is
danger
dangerous.
zone. That's the danger zone.
That's dangerous.
A dangerous night walk of 2 kilometers is truly the danger zone.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was fun. I left
Your
and
school
I went.
sounds like they should bloody be sued or something, like a class action, because this sounds like torture.
I was a uni.
Maybe we should all band together and sue Deacon.
Deacon doesn't give a shit about anyone. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I
really don't.
established from my time there.
They're like, you learnt worldly skills from it. You're worldly.
Now go and get a job in a career that isn't hiring.
Yeah, exactly. And pay your hex.
Yeah, and pay your hex back in 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it worked out for the best. Like the weeks that I spent traveling around Costa Rica rather than being stuck in that turtle hole were so much fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, that's good to hear. It worked out.
Yeah, it did. And I got a big old needle and it cured my lung infection. So happy days all round.
Everybody go get a needle. It solves everything.
And don't go to dodgy pool parties.
Yeah, stay away from those. Those suck.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for coming on, Christina. That was a good, interesting story. Got a bit of an insight into how me and Dan are actually really innocent people deep down. And
I'm surprised.
Yeah, our mystery guests are like the bad seeds that we bring in to spice things
Or
up.
maybe you're just more passionate about saving turtles than you thought you were.
Oh, preach!
And you just
that's all we care about.
Stay around and save those turtles.
That's it. That's all I'm about.
No, not turtles. Tortoises. Come on, Christina.
The tortoises are fine.
I like that we actually agreed on something for once. That was a change of pace.
Hey, we're uploading on irregular days now. We're agreeing on things rather than going head to head. It's it's an unpredictable episode, that's for sure.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. We should be hungover more. No, actually, take that back. That's stung to say. No.
It's suffering, dude. It is suffering.
Yeah. Well, speaking of curveballs, here's one for you.
Okay.
It's kind of a fun fact, but it's also not fun. It's a bit creepy. I recently discovered how photographers make the most money, and what would be your guess? What would be the shoot that would make a photographer the most money?
Look, I think it'd be totally reasonable to assume there'd be nude shots or sort of erotic shooting or something like that. It seems like OnlyFans, all that kind of stuff, just seems like the way to make bank.
What's OnlyFans? I've never heard of it.
Unbelievable, dude. I don't try and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. I would never pay for that. I mean, hang on.
I don't know. You're the one that knows that they're an expensive, kind of exclusive.
Look, let's not go down that road too far.
Well,
but that's my guess.
Well, I'm amazed because the answer is very much not down that road. It's actually children photos. That's where photographers make the most money. Does that make you feel better about yourself?
Yeah, I feel a bit disgusting actually.
Well,
children photos,
family portraits, like baby photos. You know how there's always photos you see when someone has a kid. Baby's just walking around like a white mat with like a toy, some shit.
Yeah. Or in like a snazzy green outfit or something.
Yeah. Our beloved 1% are throwing mad amounts of coin at photographers for those photos.
Interesting.
So there you go. There's my little creepy fact of the day. Fun facts are out of date.
All right.
Let's bring creepy back to this decade.
Yeah, here's a creepy fact for you. Well, Dos, brilliant. We're both pretty important blokes. We've got places to be. Just because it's a Monday, I shouldn't probably date it. Just because, anyway, let's just go. I'm too hungover to try and work my way out of that one. I can't do it. I'm at my wit's end here, dude. I need to go and get some bloody food. I'm having pesto.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, this is our favorite part of the show where we get to try wrap things up. And I'm gonna go back to the Instagram people. Get back on that. I want to see a goddamn blue tick next to the road guard soon. And I need more followers.
Huge. Yep. And shout outs to everyone that sends in memes. Also, get involved. If you think that there's something that we said that you have some better advice on, or if you want to be the first listener that we don't know, complete stranger off the street that jumps on and is our mystery guest, I tell you what, that's a pretty illustrious title, and I dare say it will be an iconic episode. So get around it.
100%. And even if you met us in passing, if you saw Dan run straight past you on a racetrack, just slide into the DMs and just be like, hey, I wouldn't mind being the mystery guest. And who knows? We might actually put you on.
We might. It's pretty strict. Like I said, our best mates, our brothers, some might say, aren't making appearances as of yet. But, maybe you can beat them onto the show.
It would be hard.
And Dos, on that note, we've got to come back to our catchphrase, our iconic saying that we both know what it is. Let's say it on the count of 3. I don't know. What are we going to say? How do we wrap this up?
3, 2, 1. Small hands, big podcast.
Oh.